Yo bros, welcome back to the show. This time, we've got a beast on the table, an insane MOC Porsche 935. Let's kick things off with a bit of legendary Porsche 935 history. Back in 1976, Porsche teamed up with Martini Racing to stir things up in the FIA Group 5 special production car category. The rules for that race were totally wild, basically a green light to go nuts modding production cars. Custom builds, Porsche was like,
"Say no more, we got this."
They stormed the track in that iconic Martini livery instant eye-catcher, and that Martini look? It kicked off a whole trend of non-car brands sponsoring race car liveries. At first, the 935 had those classic Porsche frog eyes, but then Porsche engineer Norbert Singer noticed the rules only said the front silhouette had to match the production car. He ditched the frog eyes, tucked the headlights into the bumper, smoothed out the front, and boom, the flat nose was born. Aerodynamics? Straight up cheat code. In 1978, the engineers chopped off the front and rear of the 911 Turbo, the 930, keeping just the doors and roof cause rules said you had to keep the original window outline. They built a lightweight tubular frame with aluminum subframes to hook up the suspension and engine, dropping the center of gravity big time. They turned the front trunk into a fuel tank to balance weight and lower the nose. To balance it even more, they made it right-hand drive and reworked the inside of the doors to suit hardcore racing action. And just like that, the mighty 935-78 was born with its flat nose, massive fenders, and long tail. Fans nicknamed it Moby Dick. Moby Dick wasn't just cool, it was the most powerful GT race car of its time. Of course, some purists cried foul, a 911 without frog eyes, that's sacrilege. But Singer wasn't some intern doing work study, the dude brought receipts. His results were pure fire. From 1976 to 1986, a full decade, whether it was the factory team or privateers, the 935 crushed it in top-tier races. 6 years of domination at Daytona, 7 years of no challengers allowed at Sebring. In 1979, Creamer's 935 K3 even won Le Mans' first GT-based car in 30 years to beat out all the prototypes. Fast forward to 2018, Porsche dropped a limited run of 77 Tribute 935s, based on the 911 GT2 RS Club Sport. Speaking of which, fun fact, there's a brand called Singer that restores vintage 911s. He named it to honor Norbert Singer. Oh, and one more thing in Transformers Jazz's car mode, you guessed it, it's a Porsche 935. Alright, back to the main event. This 10,295 alternate build MOC. If you've been in the LEGO game a while, the name Fairs should ring a bell. Who would have thought? Even after 10,295 got retired, this legend's still cooking up fresh builds with it. This Porsche 935? Maxed out detail, crazy accurate. Like, chef's kiss. If you haven't grabbed set 10,295 yet, don't think just yeet it into your cart. Worth it for this MOC alone. Enough talk, let's check out how awesome this baby really is. No doubt, this is the 1976 Martini Rossi Racing Team car. Ignore the stickers, by the way, I just slapped on leftovers from my old Lancia Delta HF4WD build. This 935 MOC is a bit smaller than the official 911, roughly 1/13 scale. Using only the limited parts from 10,295, the builder managed to recreate a Porsche 935 that looks spot on. The body shape is accurate, and the detail work? Deliciously rich. That new curved piece from 10,295? Absolute perfection for shaping the 935's front fenders. To match the curve of the side fenders, the builder used a clever angled setup on the inside. Two different hinge types at different heights create a super stable structure. The curve hugs the front fender like a glove. They also use tons of those 4x4 curved slopes to shape the front bumper. And the headlights are tucked in just like the real deal. Nailed it. And despite the chunky widebody, the doors still open smoothly. The doors reuse the same parts from the 10,295 911, keeping that OG look totally in line with the real car. Interior's pretty minimal, a bit of rainbow guts with mismatched colors, and a roll bar on the passenger side. Honestly, it gives off real track car vibes. The roof looks fantastic, even better than the official 930 in terms of matching that classic curve. It's built from 3 interconnected sections, creating a supernatural curve. The design is solid, unique, and seriously clever. Only downside? The inner support is a bit chunky, which kind of messes up the side profile when you look at it from the front or back. The rear of the car looks very restored, and the structure corresponding to the position is very accurate. The rear engine cover opens up, but to make that flip-up work, they had to sacrifice most of the space for engine details. You can kinda see a big turbo and some piping in there, but if you compare it with real pics of the 935, you'll notice, nope, that turbo's in the wrong spot. That area should actually have a pulley, not a turbo. You can remove the whole rear section to show off the engine. But honestly, since the engine's not accurate anyway, there's not much point showing it off. So I skipped building that part. Let's just admire the promo pics from the MOC designer instead. Oh, and Fairs also made a display stand for a spare tire and a trophy. I built it, took a photo, then tore it down. The trophy was a bit wobbly, and that dull gray color wasn't doing it any favors. I just kept the 935 on display. Overall, this LEGO 10,295 parts only MOC Porsche 935 is really solid. If you've never touched a MOC before, this is a perfect starter project. And if you have dabbled in MOCs, this one's a great base to tweak and improve. Quick disclaimer, Fairs has already done an amazing job working within the limited parts of 10,295. Any flaws I mentioned below go beyond the official parts list, so no shade on the original design, just hoping to inspire more modders to level up an already top-tier racing MOC. You probably noticed in the video I've already made a few tweaks to the original build. For example, the headlights, the original uses gray parts due to parts limits, but I swapped in clear pieces I had on hand. Also gave the front splitter a splash of red. Kinda like a fire red lipstick, right? Kinda sassy. There's a visible gap running through the doors. Left to right, a bit of an eyesore. Easy fix, just swap out some dark tan parts at the back with black ones, and extend the sides a bit. Gap, gone. Final issues a bit trickier to solve. The real Porsche 935 has massive rear tires. Sadly, that signature wide rear end isn't captured here due to part limitations. LEGO might seem to have tons of wheel types, but ones that actually work with icon scale builds? Very few. Finding the right wheels and then redesigning the wide-body rear to fit them? Definitely a bit of a project, but man, it'd totally be worth the effort and super fun to do. That's the magic of parts-only MOCs, no hunting down hundreds of bricks. Just grab one official set and you're good to go. Saves money and time. Of course, the flip side is, you've got to live with the set's part limitations. To me, this is the second best parts-only MOC out there. Number 1. The C3 Corvette, also 10,295 based, also by the legend Fairs. Go check that one out too if you're curious. Alright folks, that's a wrap for this episode. And before we go, GT wants to know, what's your favorite Porsche? I'm GT, your LEGO ride guide, and I'll keep bringing you more awesome LEGO cars. Let's go on this miniature motor romance together. Thanks for watching. Next up, the Shelby Cobra.